So traders, in this video, it's actually going to be a bit of an intensive video here. There's this trader called TJR on YouTube. He's got over 1 million subscribers from here. And he just recently did a video here. I actually watched this through once, but I really wanted to do this video for you. I don't normally talk about other YouTube channels and what they're doing. But there's a lot of things in this video here that, for my 20 years of experience, that I can really help you out with. Now, no one's perfect, right? I'm not having a go at this guy. I don't know much about him. I don't know much about like how he trades and so on and so forth. So this is not me bashing him. This is more just to teach you how I personally see the markets and how I trade the markets myself, and some things that's helped me along the lines of understanding the markets, trading with the trend, trading not after a big run, but also the psychology of revenge trading and the revenge trading in this particular gentleman here. Is why he actually was down a little bit, which I'll share with you in just a minute of why that happened. But then also that him was down, I think it was down around about 60,000 initially, but then he came in and he started revenge trading really big, and he started hitting the market really hard, and he started using the words like, I'm going to make this money back, and all those terminology, which is now revenge trading, which caused him to have this here. Now, again, I'm not bashing him, or I'm not having a go at him or anything like that in this video. This video here is just to show you some things that I've noticed here in this video that I'm always looking at myself to make sure that I'm just giving myself the best chances of finding a really good entry. So I've been playing this video now for the last, say, 20 minutes going through it, but I thought I'd pause it here. He's been going through the charts here. He's trading the NASDAQ. And also he's trading the NASDAQ and the E-mini S&P 500. And so one thing, so he's doing that through here. And so I'm gonna be playing this whole video here for you, and then I'm gonna be pausing it every now and then just to come on. And plus also I might be flicking over to my own charts here when it comes to this here. And again, this whole thing here, guys, is just to try to teach you some things that's really helped me in my own personal trading. And so let's actually continue here. So he's gone through these markets right now. He's trading the 1 minute charts and the 5 minute charts and stuff like that on the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. So let me actually now play this.
The S&P 500 can show us movement to the upside to go long on NASDAQ, because NASDAQ is close to these highs, but NASDAQ didn't fill that 5 minute confluence. Okay, so I'll probably want to take the trade on NASDAQ, but I need to wait for the S&P 500 to give me confirmation that, hey, we're actually going to go higher here, because the S&P 500 was the one that filled in this 5 minute gap, or not 5 minute gap, 5 minute equilibrium.
So one of the things that I have actually learned, and you'll see this here with this video here, for me personally, again, this is just me personally. Again, guys, I repeat myself. I'm not bashing this guy. I'm just showing you what's really helped me. Is that after the market already has a really big move up like it is through here, right? You see a big move up and we go through a big move up. I found that to be the worst time to be looking for an entry signal, because what typically happens is we go for a big move up, then we get a bit of a pullback, and then we go for a bit of a rise. So yeah.
See if we break structure to the upside. See here, if ES breaks structure, I'll go long on NASDAQ.
So one of the things, if you guys are intraday trading, one of the things I learned from my mentor. Now my mentor, he makes millions and millions of dollars per year from trading the markets. And one of the things you'll notice through this video is that he's changing the screens a lot, right? Even S&P, NASDAQ, even S&P, NASDAQ, even S&P, NASDAQ, 1 hour, a 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame, 1 hour time frame. Then like he's doing all this changing, right? Of this particular video here. One thing that I found is I used to intraday trade, meaning look at the 1 minute charts and stuff like that. One thing I found is to have my charts laid up so I'm not flicking between charts. So what that simply means is that I would have a monitor, and if I'm trading the S&P, say the NASDAQ, I would have one box here that would be for the 1 minute, and then I might have, say, all the 2 minute here, and then the 5 minute here, right? And then say the 15 or the the 15-minute chart like here. And so I can sit back, I can see here's the 1, here's the 2, here's 3. I can sit back without flicking between charts, because focus and getting in tune with the market is so important, especially when you're intraday trading, to see it from a 1-minute chart, 2-minute chart, 5-minute charts, and 15-minute charts, and so on and so forth. So that's something for you guys. If you're intraday trading, try not to be flicking between much. Have your charts laid out, and then sit back and relax. Make sure everything's calm, and then you can go from there. So
all of these highs look great for draws on liquidity.
Now I want to take you back here just for a minute here, okay? Check out this screenshot here. Now, one of the best things that I've learned in myself is that if there is a major trend in place, we want to be going with that trend and not against it. Sometimes we can try to find bottoms and tops, but one thing that I've personally found is by trying to pick bottoms and tops in markets, especially when you're trading the markets and you're looking for more of a shorter term move, you can see here, right? Look at this here. So we ran up, we come down. If we do this here, right? It came down, rallied up, came down, rallied up, came down, rallied up, came down, and we're rallying back up. So the overall momentum still on this market here is, see how it's very volatile, yes, but the overall momentum at this point in time is a swing to the downside. See how it's been swinging on the downside. So wherever you find that motion, wherever that trend analysis is, I just always found to go with that, because you never know when that's going to really turn around. So let's continue.
These highs look great for draws on liquidity. Unfortunately, if we probably can't use this as a draw on liquidity for NASDAQ because it's so close. And it won't give us a good risk reward, so that kind of puts us a little bit at risk, but it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to go long here on NASDAQ. Just entered. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be a good draw for me on NASDAQ.
Okay, so as you can see here, what he's done here is he's waited for this entire move up, and then now he's entering in up here. I'm not sure how this trade goes. I didn't watch this part of the video. I only watched the last sort of 20 minutes of this video, but you can see what's actually happened here. So once again, one of the best things to do is try to wait for that little pullback first. So yeah.
This is a good draw right here though. These equal highs. We can go all the way up here as well. Yes, we broke structure to the upside. ES wouldn't be horrible longs either, because it's actually a pretty good risk reward. It's low-key better, I'm not gonna lie. Need to go pee.
So once again, as you can see, so what's happening here now with this here, you can see how the market's had to move down and it's had to move back up. If the NASDAQ is going to have a nice move up, one thing that I've always found myself personally is that if we got this move up, that's the first part that I see. Then I want to see this actual bit of a sideways movement, and then we get a breakout here. I found this pattern here to be much more powerful. Instead of entering here after the market's already made a move, for me personally, again, this is just how I personally trade, and this is I'm a lot more of a sniper method as well too. I'm not a day trader. I'm more of looking at sniper methods. if I get this move straight on the upside and then I get something like that, then we're likely to start to see this here. But after the market's made a move, we're probably going to get at least a bit of a retracement first if we're going to get that.
I went long on both ES and NASDAQ because NASDAQ is closer to these draws on liquidity, but ES has really good risk to reward here. So we'll see how this plays out. Just to show you guys that I'm actually in this trade, not just fucking putting a tool onto TradingView for, again, even though I show you guys like literally every inch of proof, sometimes people are stupid.
Now remember what I said before about this here, right? When the market's gone up this much here, we had a big move. If this is going to be some sort of V bottom, what typically happens here is that, again, this here for me personally, if this is going to be some sort of V bottom on this 1 minute chart, then we'll typically either get that and then we'll bounce, or the pattern that I like to see is where the market just then sort of just develops this sideways pattern here. So getting in after we've already had a very big move, especially on the 1 minute chart, it's probably not the best idea. Again, this is just how I trade myself, guys. This is me personally, how I trade. Now again, like look at this here, right? One of the things that I've learned once again is just the trend is so important, right? We had a high, we came down, made a low, lower high, lower low, slight little lower high, lower low, lower high. See what I'm saying here? Like we're in this downward momentum. The momentum for this move here is actually on the downside here. And I've just learned myself that if you trade in the 1 minute charts and stuff like that, myself, I've always found it. Now this is the same thing, right? For me, right now, I look at say the weekly charts and then the daily charts. Daily for entry, weekly for the big time frame. And I'm always trying to make sure that even with the big time frame, same thing here on the 5 minute chart, that if the 5 minute chart is overall on a swing on the downside like here, then you want to be trying to go in with that, trying to go against it. It may be okay every now and then, but if you're trying to pick up, especially if you're trying to pick up on those really big moves, go with the overall long-term trend. So if it's 1 minute charts here, look at the 5 minute chart and try to go with that there.
Let's see how we move here. to me, there's like negative reason for why we wouldn't want to come up and take out these highs. All the good draws and liquidity are to the upside. And on NASDAQ, we've taken out every good draw and liquidity to the downside already.
Once again, traders, notice what's happening here, okay? I've always found myself to make really good decisions in the markets when I'm calm, when I'm peaceful, when I'm relaxed. Not when I'm flicking between charts and so on and so forth. Notice how he's moving around a lot. There's a lot of things moving. For me personally, again, you guys may be different, and he may be different. Again, I don't know this guy personally, but for me personally, if I can stop and relax and let everything settle down, and I can see things clearly, I can actually get. I'm a much better trader that way myself.
Like, there's really no other good draws down here. There's a bunch of good draws up here. It's just seeing whether or not we got in at the right time. Which, me personally, I think we did.
One of the things I do say here as well too is, as you can see, he's actually in two long positions, one on the NASDAQ and one on the S&P. And they're actually different setups here, right? The different setups here. While the NASDAQ's had a big move up and he's entering in up here, the S&P actually the S&P ran up, came down, and then he entered here. So they're actually doing slightly different trading patterns. And so whenever you're trading through here, I've always found just get into one setup and focus on that one chart only to make a good decision from that there.
No. Be good, be good.
Now, one of the things that I've realized is what's right. Like sometimes we're going to get into stupid trades. Sometimes, like even I make mistakes in my trading, right? But one of the best things that I do say is when looking at these trading these markets, is that when the market starts to give us some warning signs, we want to be listening to that. Now, what's happening here on this particular chart is what? It's come down, it's come back up, it's come down, it's come back up, it's come down. So what's happening here? There's no one in control, right? But it's actually squeezing up through here. So, and we do know wherever it squeezes, wherever it breaks, if it breaks up, we're probably likely to go up. If it breaks down, we're probably likely to go down. The purpose of saying this is that if you're in a trade and you're hoping for whatever, as soon as the market starts to give you that warning sign that this is not going to work out, then just get out of the trade, right? You can always get back in. So don't always just hold on for your maximum stop loss if the market starts to give you warning signs. And again, like, I'm not perfect. I get into some bullshit trades as well too, right? And I get into trades and I have losing trades as well too, right? But again, this is the whole thing is that whenever the market starts to give you warning signs, and you'll be able to see what I mean just a minute from here as this continues on.
Nice. Let's rotate back up now. Come on. No. Nice.
Now, a few things here, okay? It's really, really, really important to understand a few things here. Firstly, what's happening here right now? We're starting to what? We're starting to build some sort of a wedge here, aren't we? Through here. Now, wherever we're starting to build this squeezing up here, wherever it breaks, we're probably likely to go in that direction. And that'll be a warning sign if you're long. If you're long and the market goes down and we get a breakout to the downside, then you're like, oh, okay, this is probably then, now this is just a down, up, and then we're probably going to go down again. Now, if you're long, if you're short, and then the opposite happens, then yeah, we can see that. The whole thing is just
Need a
listening
piece
to the
of that.
markets.
I'll be right back.
So the whole thing is just listening to the markets, and as these charts are unfolding through here, the way you should be doing it, and even when you're trading a daily chart or a 1 minute chart, just be listening to the market here and seeing, okay, what's really going on here, because you want to hear the warning signs of these markets. The markets give us these whispers and these warning signs about, what's likely to come next, and the market does give us that through there. And that's the number one thing I do say about trading the markets is that when we do get in, we can have such a bias towards one side that we're going to just not do anything. But as soon as the trade's not working
down
out,
candle. Come on, man.
then just don't do anything. Now, remember what I said before at the start of this video, right? Remember I said before, and this is why it's so important to understand these markets, because as I said before, what typically happens here is that if we're going to get, to me, if we're going to get a really good setup for me, we have this move down and first move back up here. If I'm going to get a good setup, we're getting this pullback here right now. That was probably likely going to happen. I said before, wait for the pullback first. Now the thing for me is then when it becomes precise, I want to see something like this, and then we get a breakout, and then we're probably liking move. This is the entry here that I'm looking for. Again, I'm more of a sniper approach, not divergence, or however this particular gentleman here is actually trading. But that's what I'm saying here is, as you can see, and this is for all markets, by the way, guys. If this is a daily chart, and we've seen this for the last couple of months, we're probably going to go through a little bit of a pullback, and that's why it's the worst time to be entering the trade. And so therefore, even on a sort of a bare minimum basis, is that if this is gonna, this actually could come down, come back up, come down to around about this level through here, maybe even a 50% retracement. And then and that is only if it's going to turn around, then it probably may turn around from here. So getting in up here, you're probably going to come back down here and sort of get stopped out. Remember what I said before about this? This is the S&P 500 trade that he's doing right now. Remember I said before, right? You need to watch. If it starts to break below any of those, it breaks up on that triangle pattern, it's probably likely to go up. If it breaks down, then it's probably likely to go down. And depending on your trade, if you're long and it starts to break out to the downside, you know that's a bit of a confirmation it's likely to go down. Or if you're long and the market breaks out to the upside, then okay, cool. It's probably going to go to the upside. So as I said before, the Nasdaq's pulling back now. We're at least likely to get at least a 50% retracement on that Nasdaq. Or maybe before it actually continues up.
Don't do it, Nasdaq.
And as you can see, these are two different types of trading patterns. He's trading two different types of two markets, two different patterns, two different setups.
Come on, bro.
It's not a really good way to go. You don't really have time because you really need to focus on the chart. You really need to focus on the chart to be able to see.
Everything was looking so good
when you
until right after I entered, and then we just go sideways. Barcode.
Remember I said before, right? If it breaks this here, wherever it breaks, then that's going to give you the warning sign of what's to come. So if it breaks these levels here, remember I said before, guys. The whole purpose about this is that if you're in a trade and the markets give you warning signals that it's not working out, just get out. Cut your losses short. Get out fast. We all make mistakes. We all get into bad trades. So it's breaking down now, right? We're not fully broken out yet, but it's broken down now.
Come on, man.
So this is still squeezing up into that triangle pattern there. Once again, squeezing. And wherever it breaks, we're probably likely to move in that direction. And once again, the whole thing is that whatever trade you're in, as soon as we get that breakout, if that's a warning sign that's not going to work out, you just get it. Now, if this breaks to the upside and you're long, you're like, okay, cool. Now it's a bit of a confirmation that I'm in the right trade, and then the market moves in that direction. Again, for me, this is not how I personally trade. I actually wait for that sideways movement first, and then I get into the trade for myself. Now he's also trading from his phone as well too. So he's using the charts, flicking between charts, flicking between time frames, and using the phone. There's a lot of activity going on here. I've never been able to make really good decisions in the markets when there's a lot of activity. I've always made best decisions when I'm relaxed, calm, and I can really focus on the market and see what's really going on here. So now we're pushing back to the upside. Remember, some people, now if it breaks to the upside, we're probably likely to go up. If it breaks down, we know this squeezing, it's going to squeeze. And then
Jeez, bro, are we going to like do something? Can we break structure?
Wherever it breaks, it's probably likely to go on the S&P chart. This is the NASDAQ chart. This is the S&P chart. Yeah, this is the problem here. Now, remember I said before about getting into trades after it's already made a big move? We're probably likely to go through a pullback. So getting in after it's already made a big move, it's probably the worst time to get involved with something because we're probably likely to go through a pullback. And that's what's happening with the NASDAQ there, as I've been saying through this video. So if you're looking for a really good trade, don't get into something after it's already made a really big move. Wait for a little bit of a pullback first and then look for something there first. Because then you end up having to sit through potentially all these gyrations and volatility like he's been doing here. Still squeezing up in that triangle pattern. Once again, if it breaks up, we're probably likely to go up. If it breaks down, that's the... Okay, we're now likely to go down. He's long right now. So if it breaks down, then... Okay, that's the warning sign to just cut your losses and get out. Trend is still down on this chart.
This is taking forever.
Again, the big problem here, two different charts, or two different time frames. Okay, so now we're breaking down. Now we're starting to break down on this S&P. Okay, so now look what's happened here. Look what's happened here. Remember I said before, once we actually break out of this level here, that's going to give us some sort of warning sign of what's likely to come soon. So now we're actually starting to break out of this level here. It's giving us a bit of warning sign that, okay, we're now probably likely to follow through on the downside. So if I was long this market and I started to get some really big sort of strong candles breaking to the downside here, you can see it went 1, 2, 3, 4 candles up, 1 candle down. There's a lot of selling pressure now happening here, and we're starting to get what? Lower high, lower high, lower high. So these lower highs, if we got these lower highs and we actually then broke these lows here, it's just, there's a lot of warning signs of the pressure on the downside. So for me personally, if I was in a trade, this will start to happen. This is, again, the whole thing is we want to get out as fast as possible when it's not working and then stay when there is. Same for the NASDAQ. Worst time to get into something is after it's already made a big move, because you're probably getting at the top before it gets for a pullback. And that's what the NASDAQ chart, this is the S&P, and that's what the NASDAQ chart has done. The S&P is breaking to the downside, breaking out. So we're probably likely to go down here. If I was long here right now, I would just want, I'm just going to get out. This is now giving me doubt here, and just get out.
NASDAQ's not looking good. Neither of these trades are looking good. Come on, dude. Can we just not get stopped out? Please.
See, once again,
no.
the reason why he's getting stopped out on the NASDAQ is a very, very, very classic big move up. He got in at the top, and now the market pulls back and stops him out on the NASDAQ. S&P is giving us a warning sign that the market's going down now, breaking out of that level there. So we're probably likely to go down. Again, this is for short-term trading, of course. It's a 1 minute chart, so it's on what's likely to happen now. Just reading the market and different things he's doing. Different
No,
markets, different
Nasdaq.
patterns, different time frames. Too much going on. Can't really focus
I
on
think we're gonna get stopped
making
out.
good decisions when you're doing this.
We're really fucking close to these lows.
See that there? The Nasdaq is a completely different trade than the S&P. So with it just trading requires a lot of really real focus to make sure you're just making good decisions. Even if you do get into a bad trade, just like a heeding the warning signs.
Come on, dude.
Now again, I don't know this guy. I don't know how he trades. I don't know his
Okay,
success rate.
Nasdaq, I got stopped out. Damn, ES, I got stopped out as well.
So he both got stopped out.
Watch, now we're probably going to reverse up here. I would like to.
So as I said before, like the big lessons I really want to teach you here is this. Remember I said before, and I've been saying through this video, whenever a market has a really big move, even if this is going to be some sort of V bottom, if the market has a really big move here for a while, and that's a 1 minute chart, we're probably likely to at least have a bit of a pullback first before we start to get this level here, right? So getting in, and this is for any market. If a market's been going down for a while like that, wait for a little bit of a pullback and then try to jump on there. But if it's, you know what I mean, it's going up through there. So there's a lot of lessons through here from what this guy's doing.
Fucking put money on it that we're going to reverse up here.
Now something he just said there, listen to this here.
Watch, and now we're probably going to reverse up here. I would like to fucking put money on it that we're going to reverse up here. Okay, I lost $67,000. $67,200 on both of those trades. I would like to believe that we're going to go higher here.
Now listen to the way that he's talking here, right? He just went long and he got stopped out. Now he's like, oh, this is, you know, I believe this is going to go up. I bet money this is going to go up. He's so convinced that this is going to go up. He's talking himself into looking for this market to go up. When the market's clearly not going up, it's going down, right? One of the worst things to do is now he's gotten stopped out. Now he's like, oh man, I bet money, like, and this thing's likely to go up, right? He's looking for reasons for this thing to go up when the market's clearly not working out the way. Whenever I'm trading, I always go into the market saying, I could be wrong. I need to listen to the market. Is the market not like this is definitely going to go up? Even when I do get into a good trade, is this definitely going to go up? No, I don't know. One of the worst things to do is always have this like, you know, this thing's likely to go up, you know what I mean? Because you just never know. And now he's looking to get back in.
Really annoying that had to go like that. Not gonna lie, I would like to make a pretty safe assumption. There's just no way that we go lower. And
oh, did you hear those words? You hear what he said there? There's no way we go lower. That is the worst thing to do as a trader. Anything can happen in any market, right? Of course it can go low. Of course it can, especially when the trend is down, right? Like the trend is down. Of course it can go low when the overall trend is down. The worst thing to do is that this, yeah.
in my opinion, there's no fucking shot that we go lower.
Now again, hear the way he's talking to himself, right? I bet money. There's no way this, you know, there's no way this is going to go lower. There's no way. Whenever you start to say that, guys, you are talking yourself into just getting into a trade. You're talking yourself into the trade. Instead of looking for a good setup, now you're looking for any reason to be long. And that is the worst thing to actually do. Every time I enter the markets, even if I do get into a bad trade, a good trade, whatever, I'm always in the mind of I can be wrong here and the market can go against me.
We already took out the max lows that we would want to on NASDAQ.
Now remember I said before, right? The big thing that is really that I'm really trying to guide you guys through this process here is what? Remember I said before when we had this move up. I know I've talked about this here, but when the move's already gone up, this is the worst time to be looking for a trade because we're likely to get at least a bit of a pullback and then we can figure out what's going to happen after that. But what's going to happen initially is exactly this process. This is why for me personally, I will wait for the market to go up And then what I'm looking for is I'm looking for some sort of a pullback like here, and then I'm looking to get in on here.
Maybe NASDAQ wants to sweep out these 1 minute lows here. If we do that, then that would be pretty fucking prime time to go long.
Now, once again, look at the way he's talking to himself. And again, like, we all make mistakes and we all do things here, right? But look at the way that he's talking. He's now looking to re-enter. There's no way this can go down. This is, he's looking for all these reasons for you. This is such a dangerous place to be in. Especially when you just got stopped out on your longs. Now you're looking to, find any reason to be back into the trade again.
I mean, like, yes, we are making a 5 minute bearish SMT from these highs down to these highs, from these highs up to these highs. But in my opinion, the SMT from these lows up to these lows and from these lows down to these lows is far stronger because we have much better draws on liquidity up here. NASDAQ just came underneath these lows. Honestly, like, a blind long on this is like, sounds pretty fucking good to me. I can't.
A blind long to go. Now, once again, traders, I know I did this through the video. I'm not having a go at this guy. I don't know this guy. He's probably really successful the way that he trades the markets. But from my perspective on how I do things, I'm trying to walk you through logically of how these things work, but also how we can really get our emotions. He's so emotionally into, like, I need to go long. And look what he's doing now, right? He actually went long up here after mark, then it had the pullback, and now he's looking to go long down here again. It's like, you see how there's a lot of emotion that's drawn into this level here. So,
lie. Mad about that. Like, there's just no fucking way that we don't go higher. We took out every single draw on liquidity to the downside. There's nothing else down here for NASDAQ. So,
do you see that? Once again, traders, this is the really a big thing here. We need to catch ourselves. There's no way this cannot go higher. And it's like, see all these words, right? There's this big emphasis. And remember, I don't care how good we are as a trader. Anything can happen in the market. Anything. Never say there's no way something can happen, because it can happen, right? Doesn't matter how good. Even when I do get into an absolute perfect situation, perfect trade myself, perfect A quality trade, right? Now, the exact setup I'm looking for. Anything can happen in the markets.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking I'm feeling like I want to just go long here on NASDAQ.
Oh, I'm laughing because once again, look at this here. He waited for this very big move up. Then he went long here. Now the market's coming all the way down here. Now he wants to go long again. It's like, oh my goodness, like, don't, guys, please. This is one of the worst things to do as a trader from here, right? You can see how there's a lot of, by the way, there's a lot of guessing within the way that he's trading here. One of the reasons why my trading is so successful, because I don't actually guess. I wait for a trading pattern to set up. I'm not like, should I be long here? Let me go long here. Let me guess. There's no way. Like, there's a lot of guessing, hoping. Like, I personally can't trade like that. Again, this guy is probably really successful, but I can't personally trade like that. Now, the S&P, remember I said before, right? This is where the market talks us. Remember I said before, when the market broke out of this level through here? Remember how we actually broke down there and I said we're probably likely to go down? Look what's happening here. So the purpose of me saying this here is not to bash this particular gentleman here, but I'm trying to guide you, even with your personal trading. When the market starts to give us warning signs that the trade's not working, it's time to get out. Otherwise, now you're going to be absolutely just being, especially when you, and then you might move your stops, you might double up, and it's a recipe for disaster. It doesn't matter what I mean. As soon as I start to get the warning sign that this is not working, I'm getting out. And that's how you cut your losses short.
Okay, now this has to be it. ES just swept out these lows while NASDAQ is above these lows. This is going to be an SMT divergence. I'm going long on NASDAQ. Or once we form this SMT divergence. Once we form the up candle, this is long. Once we form this up candle, I'm just pressing long, bro. And I'm fucking going high risk, bro. I don't care.
Oh, man. Jeez. Trading with so much emotion.
There's nowhere else for it to go to the downside on NASDAQ.
Oh my goodness, guys. See what's happening through here? Now, he said his worst trading day ever. There's characteristics behind the worst trading day ever, right? Like, there's no way this cannot go down. He's looking for all the reasons why this can go up and not one reason why it can go down. The rule number one, the overall trend on that 5-minute chart has been down, as we've talked about. That's the reason why it can still go down, right? We never, ever want to try to go against that. And secondly, now he's trading high risk. And as you can see, what's happening here on the NASDAQ, he's trading with his emotions. He's trading, there's no way this can go down. I'm trading high risk. He went long up here and now he's gone long down the bottom here again. There's a lot of emotion and all that sort of stuff. Again, for me personally, guys, I've never been able to have long-term, consistent, real long-term success by trading with my emotions. And this can never do this. It's just, oh my goodness, guys, it is. And again, this is a real good teaching for you guys, right? A real good teaching for you guys. One of the things I'm noticing with him here is there's no real sort of trading setup with him. That with my personal trading, I'm looking for a precise, proper pattern. And now it's more of a sniper method from there.
There you go. Get me in.
Now, look at this here, right? Now, I want you to think about something here, okay? And I'm trying to share this here, right? So the market went down here. It went up. We've had another big move down through to here. So if the market may rally here, right? It may rally up through here. But what may happen now is then it holds and then it rolls over and then we go something like that. Because remember, the overall 5-minute chart is what? Trend is to the downside. And now we've been getting here. So if you're long here, if he's long, which he is right now, he's long, and we start to get a failing at this level here, that'll be your sign to say it's not working and we're probably going to roll over again.
Watch, bro.
He's so convinced this is going to go up. Now look at it, look at it.
Shit's going to play out in like 2 fucking seconds. Bullish SMT. Oh, what do you freaking know? There's nothing that we can do about that, for real. There's nothing that we can do about that. We followed the strategy right here, but it's just kind of annoying that it wanted to stop us out first.
So now he's so convinced.
But yeah, I went like fucking heavy duty long on this shit.
Man, so much emotion here, guys, right?
NASDAQ is the leading index on this SMT divergence. I could have taken a long on ES as well, but there's no reason to.
Again, switching between charts. So much emotion, guys. Like, so much emotion. Can't go down. Heavy size. It's so... Oh, man.
Yeah. Just fucking sucks that it had to play out that way.
But look at the trend once again, guys. Look at this here. This is a 5-minute chart on the NASDAQ. He's going long here. Never do this, guys. Look, right? It's come down. Lower high. Lower high. Right? We ran up. We came down. We came up. Right? We're still in an overall downward trending motion. For me personally, guys, the best trades I've found is go with the momentum, with the long-term trend. And if you're trading a 1-minute chart, yeah, use the 5-minute chart for the overall trend, but don't try and go against it. You may be right, but A lot of the times you're not.
It is what it is, though. We're going to make it all back, and we're going to make more money on top of it.
Now,
It sucks that it had to play out that way. It is what it is, though. We're going to make it all back, and we're going to make more money on top of it.
We're going to make it all back, and we're going to make some money on top of it. Because guess what? He just went in hard. Remember, he was down 60 something thousand. Now he's going in hard once again on this trade. Because now what's that? I'm going to make it all back. What's that? Revenge trading, right? I'm going to make it all back. And I'm going to make more money on top of it. There's always, this is definitely going to happen. This is definitely going to happen. This is definitely going to happen. There's no way it can go down. You see how this talk is so dangerous as a trader. Now, again, he might be going through an off day or might have something going on in his life right now that's causing this. And again, he's probably a really successful trader. But I'm trying to share with you, this is one of the things we can do to ourselves as a trader. Every time I enter the markets, I can never say something can never happen because anything can happen, right? And my job is to keep looking at the markets. And for me, the rule number one for me is trade with the trend. And that means the higher time frame trend. If I'm trading a 1 or 2 minute chart, which I'm not, but if you are, then look at the 5 and the 15 for the overall trend at that time. If the market's been going down like it has here on the 5 minute chart, don't go against that. It's so risky. Now, remember I said before here, right? And again, I'm trying to walk you through this process here. Remember I said before, when the market comes down through to here and he's trying to buy it, if the market rallies up and we get like a 50% retracement and then it starts to roll over through here, you know it's not working. This is the time to get out again, break even, whatever. Don't wait for something like this to happen. Again, so I'm walking you through this process of how you should be thinking as the market's unfolding. The market's talking to us. Don't listen to your thoughts. And now, of course, because he's had this sort of confirmation bias. He's only looking for everything, the reason why this is going to go up. And he's looking for no reasons why this can go down.
Told you, bro, this shit's gonna play out in like 2 seconds.
Remember, if you're in this trade right now, watch for that lower high, because if it does start to roll
I'm
over,
like low-key confident
the
enough
market's
to just
telling us
put
we're
my
going to
stop
dump
underneath
again.
these lows.
He's so convinced it's going to go up. But we need to always listen to the markets, always focus on the markets. Listen to it, be present with it, see what the market's telling us, and then we need to listen to it. One of the biggest mistakes I made as a trader over the last 20 years, especially my first 10 years, is not listening to the markets. The markets are the most important part, not our brains or our thoughts or our opinions. Who gives a shit about that? The market's giving us some warning signs, the market will talk to us. Just like I'm talking to you right now. NASDAQ already had a big move up, worst time to enter, it's got to pull back, stop out.
And after that SMT, I'm low-key thinking we're damn near guaranteed to take out all of these highs, bro.
Oh, there we go. Again, you see that there? You see that there, guys? It's almost guaranteed to do this here. This is the worst thing to do as a trader, guys. Because he's looking for no reason why this can go down. No reason.
We might as well go full extendo on them. We might as well go full freaking extension.
So now look what he's doing. He's actually now bringing up the 4-hour chart to see where we are on the 4-hour chart of things. And now he's using a 1 minute chart. There's so many different time frames here. If I'm looking at a 1 minute trade, like I used to trade the intraday charts, by the way, guys. I used to trade the 1 minute charts, 2 minute charts. One of the best things I've always learned is to keep it simple, right? If you're looking at a 1 minute trade, firstly, 1 minute charts are really, really, really dangerous because there's so much volatility. I've always found the 2 minute chart to be better. But then the 2 minute chart, coupled that 2 minute chart with the 5 minute chart and the 15 minute chart. But if you want to keep it really simple, just have 2 time frames, right? If you're trading off a 1 or 2 minute chart, use the 5 minute chart for the overall trend and the momentum of the market, which is just looking at the highs and lows in the trend. If you're looking at a 5 minute trade, use the 15 minute chart as the overall trend. Just use 2 different time frames. That's how I trade right now, right? And like for right now, I use the daily chart for my entries, and I'm looking for the weekly charts for the overall momentum time frames from here. Now remember what I said before, guys, right? If you're in a trade right now and you're seeing this here, remember, rule number 1, the trend is your friend, the trend analysis, and the market is talking to us. If you're in this trade right now, which he is, if the market comes down through to here and we've been rallying, this is his entry point right here, okay? If the market rallies and then it holds and then it starts to roll over like that there, it's telling you now double top, lower high, we're now, that looks like a 50% retracement. Now the momentum's on the downside and we're probably going to get something like that. The market is always talking to us. Once again, guys, over the last 20 years of my personal trading, my first 10 years, well, not even that, just over my last 20 years of trading, the biggest mistake I've made, and I still make from time to time, is not listening to the market. When the market gives us these patterns, we just need to listen to that and nothing else. Nothing else matters. Rule number 1, what's the trend? And when the market starts to talk to us and it starts to roll over, that's what we need to listen to. And again, him trading from the phone and not from, he's trading from the phone and trading on this, like he's using the charts here, but he's using his phone for the entry. There's so much movement here. I've always made my best decisions when I'm calm and relaxed and I'm not moving around a lot. I can sit, look at the chart, take it into the orbit, see what the market's telling me, and then I can make good decisions. When do I get in? When do I get out? I'm not perfect. I don't always get it right. I did make a lot of mistakes as well too, and sometimes I've had my doozy trades as well too. But I'm just walking you through some things that we can all learn from this as we continue moving forward to become much better traders. So what's happening now? It's starting to roll over, right? This is the warning sign of, okay, we're not pushing up above that resistance level there.
Bruh. We better freaking hope that we don't get stopped out again.
Now, listen to the language, okay? Now, I hope I don't get stopped out. It went from like, this is guaranteed to happen, there's no way this is going to go down, to now he's scratching his head saying, I hope I don't get stopped out again. You see the transition here. You see all these emotions from here. There's a lot of things here. For my personal trading, guys, the first thing here, yeah, there's just a lot of things here.
Better freaking hope that that does not happen. Okay. Again, I really see negative reason why NASDAQ would want or even be able to go any more lower than where we're already at, or than where we already took out. Okay. If I get stopped out on this, then I'm smoked for the day. Smoked for the day, and like smoked on the monthly P&L as well. Come on, bruh. Ain't no way we're gonna be doing this right now. There's just no fucking shot.
I don't know
no
why
shot,
he's focused on the S&P now. He's not in the trade on the S&P. Just 100% focused needs to be on this Nasdaq. Now, what's it doing here? What's it doing here, guys? The market's talking to us, right? What's it doing here? Yeah, he got long. The market rallied up. But now look what's happening. Now it's coming back down, isn't it? What's happening now? We're now starting to what? We're now forming a bit more of a downward trend, aren't we? If I see this and I'm long and I start to get this here, now I'm not sure. Like, hang on a minute, the market's actually rolling down here. I'm not sure. If I'm in this, I'm like, I'll get out now or cut my losses short here. Like, okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's a bit of doubt. Get out.
Man. Come on, dude. Let's not do this right now. Let's not do this right now, bro.
The trend's down, the momentum's
Let's
down.
not do this right now.
There's so many things here, guys, we can learn from, right? So many things we can learn from. From trade selection to trade management.
Any fucking lower and I'm done. Oh my god. Please turn around.
Wow.
Please, bro.
This is oh my goodness, guys. This is just, I've been here so many times. When I first started trading the markets 20 years ago, I was doing this myself, and it's like, oh. But look what's happening here, right? The trend is down, right? Lower high. Even on the Nasdaq, look what's happening here. High, lower high, lower high. Now another lower high. See how the trend is down? We never want to fight against that. Right? If we start to see this forming here, it's like, okay, at least wait for something like this here, right? Higher lows. Wait for something like that to form into place. You know what I mean? Again, this is how I personally trade myself, and then why I've been so successful long term is I use a proper precise pattern and not more like, you can see what he's doing here.
Yo. Please turn around from here, bro. Please.
Now notice notice the language, right? Initially it was like, there's no way this can go down. It's gonna go up here, and I'm gonna make all my money back, and I'll make a lot more. To then, like, I'm putting on big risk here, and if I have a stop out here, this is gonna destroy not my day but my entire month. And he's going in hard. He's looking for the reasons why it's going to go up, and there's no way this can go down, right? There's a lot of emotions through here, and the way that he's trading, he went long up here, then the market dropped, and he went long again. It's like there's a lot of, and then revenge trading, right? I'm going to make my money back, and now all that's turned into, man, I hope I don't get stopped out. Oh, please turn around. Like, you see this here, guys. If you ever start catching yourself, one of the things about trading, if you ever start catching yourself talking like this, just close down the computer and walk away. Now, I know in the moment it's very, very hard, but this is why I'm always one of the best characteristics for trading in the markets is just being self-aware of, what am I thinking right now?
This is still a SMT divergence because we haven't taken out these lows yet. We just, again, gotta stay above these lows.
In the flush.
Oh my god. Dog. Oh my god. Today was bad, bro. I lost, bro. I'm fucking sick. I lost $234,000 and
So, again, guys, one of the things, the reason I'm doing this level here is I don't know this particular gentleman. He's probably a really good successful trader, and we all go through these little moments here, right? But I'm trying to walk you through, there's a lot of different things here, right? From the trade market, how the markets move, how markets work, but also not only the trade, getting into trades, but also the way we're talking, right? Never say never. Never say there's no way, right? Also, the whole thing about I'm going to make my money back, and not only that, but then also listening to the market when the market's giving us these patterns here, especially when it comes to just simple trend analysis. This is why the big thing for me is where's the trend, go with that. It's this most powerful thing out there is I walked you through this entire video about that. And my goal is I'm trying to give you some warning, some things you can incorporate into your own trading to really help you out with your own trading there. So I really hope this helps you out there, traders. If you'd like, I've actually put together a brand new book, guys. You can get access to that first thing in the description. Or if you'd like to get access to me more personally every single day with my 1% group, so you can actually see what I'm doing in the markets myself and see how I'm trading and see how I'm viewing the markets and so on and so forth. I've opened up a program called the 1% group. And you can see all those details with the link in the description there, or go to getjohnshelp.com. Have an amazing day, guys.